Thanks for all the feedback on voting laws, which we'll get into, I think, in a bigger way next week. It is Friday, so we like to do some things that kind of have a view toward the weekend, specifically things you might find in the theater, things you might be able to stream, how you might spend your leisure time. We do it with a guy who writes a column for the Marina Times. He calls himself the Culture Blaster on Twitter and on YouTube. He's a diehard San Franciscan, and he comes in on a wave of a rainbow. Yes, he is Michael Snyder, everyone.
Hi. Hey, Michael.
Hey, hi, Mark, and hi, Brett. Guess what? One of the Giants, infielder Wilmer Flores, uses the Friends theme as his walk-up music. Did you know that?
Oh, no, that's very good knowledge, sir. Excellent. Yeah. There, go ahead. Continue.
And like the BTS guy, he uses it because watching Friends taught him English. He's a Hispanic player, and that's how he learned the language as well, just like your BTS guy.
Is that right? That is even more impressive. Michael Snyder, the big money player today. Very well done.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'm happy to give you that.
You can't deny it.
You can't deny it's too real for you.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm really sorry to report that this is heartbreaking to me. NPR passed on my proposed news magazine show, No Things Considered.
You have to be taking that hard. That has to be hard for you, yeah. Yeah.
I know. It's difficult. You want to get to some movies?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it seems like a thing to do.
All right. Okay. I first want to say I'm sorry. No Spiral, which is the latest movie in the uber-violent Mega Grizzly Saw franchise, this time with Chris Rock in the lead, and one would assume a target for serial killing super sadist Jigsaw. But I was not invited to a screening. Make of that what you will. But genre fans, let's get to Army of the Dead. Despite the occasional heavy-handed humor and been there, done that flesh eating one gets with every zombie narrative these days, Army of the Dead ain't bad. That's even more significant since it's the first Zack Snyder production in the wake of his high-profile revision of the beleaguered Justice League movie, now available to stream on HBO Max. Army of the Dead, in fact, opens in theaters this week, and that will enhance the experience in two ways. You get big screen theatrical visuals and audio. Plus, depending on your fellow audience members and your vaccination status, you might be exposing yourself to a deadly virus, just like in a zombie apocalypse. So anyway, Army of the Dead, by the way, will be available next weekend on Netflix. So, make your choice wisely. It's a better movie than Justice League, primarily because it's less ambitious and also because it's in many ways a heist movie. And I love heist movies like Mark Thompson does. You love a caper film, right, Mark?
I do. I love heist movies. So you like this?
Well, do you like them when they have zombies? Anyway, so
I've never seen a zombie heist movie. Okay, all right, go ahead.
In the near future, an army experiment to create what I assume is an unkillable, vicious, remorseless soldier unleashes a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, another of Mark Thompson's favorite locations.
Wow. Yeah, thank you very much. It's getting better and better.
Well, to contain the monsters, the government walls off the city. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. No gambling this week.
Oh, yeah.
But they plan to relocate the uninfected Vegas refugees, but a casino owner hires a decorated survivor of the Vegas outbreak to bust back into the city with a crew of associates and recover millions upon millions of dollars from the casino's purportedly uncrackable underground vault. Unfortunately, there are zombies in the way, your basic shamblers, and more frighteningly, a breed of organized, intelligent, fast-moving zombies with their own hierarchy. And there's a ticking clock, or more precisely, a time bomb that our merry band is also up against. So you get a Las Vegas caper headed up by Dave Bautista, playing a hard-ass soldier-turned-fry cook, Scott, who dreams of one day having his own food truck. and also including his old friends from the military, mercenary types, and Scott's estranged daughter, of course. Although it's a wee, longish, and story-wise breaks no new ground, it's like Zack Snyder's other work, visually potent. I'll call it an okay mix of two tried and true genres, heist movies and zombie movies. I kind of wish they had entitled it Zombies 11. That would have been perfect.
Oh, that would have been strong. You're right, from a marketing standpoint. When you review for me how you kill the zombie again, Michael? Could you just review that for me again?
Yeah, you gotta destroy the brain. So a pistol shot to the head, an axe to the head, a foot to the head.
Okay.
Downward.
So the head is your key there. Yeah. The zombies actually do any gambling while they're there in Las Vegas? I mean, they doubling down on 11 against a dealer 10 or anything like that?
Yeah, there's only a little bit of that, I think. Maybe.
There's not a lot of Vegas. Okay. All right, moving on. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Another movie with dead in the title. This segment might be more morbid than usual. Those Who Wish Me Dead, despite the portentous title, Those Who Wish Me Dead is a tight, sometimes thrilling action pick built around a star. In this case, the taut, limber, and earthy Angelina Jolie, who here plays a Montana smoke jumper in a rugged wilderness county with regular fire danger. She also has a solid supporting cast, including John Bernthal, Aidan Littlefinger Gillen, you may remember from Game of Thrones, Nicholas Hoult, and even, oh my God, a Tyler Perry cameo as Medea. Just kidding on the last part. Anyway, things kick off with a devastating incident in a Florida suburb that sends a father and son on the road with assassins in pursuit. The story ends up in that aforementioned Montana county, where the boy and Jolie's smoke jumper, as well as Bernthal's sheriff character, are caught between the hitmen and nature's fury. There are gripping set pieces that seem over the top in reflection, but work very well in context. Watching something like Those Who Wish Me Dead, you don't worry too much about everything that goes unexplained because you're so caught up in the action and danger, thanks to the technical elements, the direction by veteran Taylor Sheridan, and the actors, which makes the movie fun for a weekend night's home entertainment and not much else. Yes, it's in theaters, but Those Who Wish Me Dead is also available right now for streaming on HBO Max if you have a subscription.
Is it based on a true story?
Wait. We're going to get to one. We're going to get to a true story.
But before we do, I will tell you that, Brett, for those who are new to the party, Brett always asks, is that based on a true story, that movie? He always has, regardless of how ridiculous the premise. I'm surprised you didn't ask on the zombie movie.
All right.
But Michael, before you continue,
the zombie movie is based on a true dream I had.
Yeah. Nice. The Ding Police tell me that you use the word portentous, which is a absolute 100% ding. So go ahead.
Whatevs. Speaking of titles, The Woman in the Window should have just gone ahead and been called The Woman in the Rear Window, because the references to the Hitchcock classic Rear Window are blatant. How blatant? Well, the lead character, Anna Fox, played by Amy Adams at her schlubbiest, is an agoraphobic Manhattan child psychologist who's afraid to leave her shabby townhouse and spends much of her time looking out her front window at the neighbors across the street, including the seemingly dysfunctional family that just moved in. And when Anna isn't doing that, she's popping pills, drinking wine, and watching classic old movies that include Laura, Dark Passage, Spellbound, and wait for it, Rear Window. All the movies she watches are referenced some way by Woman in the Window, but it never comes close to attaining the greatness of its influences. Like Jimmy Stewart's character in Rear Window, Anna witnesses an act of violence across the way, but did it really happen? And if so, who's to blame? So Adams is surrounded by a cast of acclaimed actors. Listen to this cast: Gary Oldman, Julianne Moore, Brian Tyree Henry, Anthony Mackie, and Jennifer Jason Leigh, plus newcomer on the rise, Wyatt Russell, so good in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This was directed by Joe Wright, who has made some wonderful movies: Darkest Hour, Hannah, Atonement. Here he tries to capture something Hitchcockian, but its slow burn actually dulls the senses rather than intrigues. And even a couple intended to be shocking revelations don't save the day. The Woman in the Window has a blue ribbon pedigree, so its mediocrity is even more disheartening when you consider all the talent involved. Currently streaming on Netflix. And we will wrap up the segment with a movie I was more intrigued by, Profile, despite its flaws, inspired by true events. Got that, Brad?
Hey,
did you get that?
There you go. How about that?
Thank you.
It uses a desktop format, a computer desktop format throughout to tell the story of a British investigative journalist who was attempting to entice a Middle Eastern terrorist into revealing how he recruits Western women to the cause. Despite some melodrama and blatant manipulation brought to the story and the script, I really appreciated Feline Kane and, from Star Trek Discovery, Shazad Latif, as the undercover Giorno, who may or may not be getting seduced, and the handsome terrorist on the line. Directed and co-authored, by the way, by Timur Bakhmembetov, the Russian filmmaker who first came to my attention with the vampire movies Night Watch and Day Watch, in theaters only for now. But, I deem it a good choice for home viewing when available. Not greatness, but intriguing, and again, kind of a fairly fresh way to approach the story.
Wow, that's called Profile? Is that what you said?
Profile.
Okay.
Nice.
So Profile, not bad. Worth it at some point. Not over the moon for it, but not bad. The Woman in the Window, what a brilliant, in a way, a brilliant premise, to put in the head of the woman who's looking out the window, Amy Adams, I guess it is, all of these different movies associated with, the rear window scenario where somebody's sitting there watching a murder. So she thinks everything going on on the outside is potentially that. And you have this great cast, and yet it misses for you, is what you said. So, there's that. I guess, you can have a lot of good elements and it can still miss. Those Who Wish Me Dead, the Angelina Jolie movie, you say two things. It's in theaters and also can be streamed now. It wasn't bad, right? Is that kind of where you were on that? Those Who Wish Me Dead?
No. It's a weekend night entertainment, I would say, for sure. But it reminded me a lot of Bruce Willis 90s action movies, where he's just in the middle of the story and has to fight his way out of things. And there's a certain I would call this a guilty pleasure.
Nice. Oh, okay.
What's a guilty pleasure you have?
There you go. Thank you.
We'll be hanging out with Angelina Jolie this weekend, I guess.
Yeah, that's not very bad. Army of the Dead is the other one. It's the zombie film. What?
That's an even guiltier pleasure, Army of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
What's a guilty pleasure you have?
All right, okay. I get the idea. Michael, you can read Michael. The magnificent column he does is for the Marina Times. You can also follow him on social media. At Culture Blaster. He calls himself the Culture Blaster. He knows movies. He knows music. He knows it all. He is the Culture Blaster and the writer of the Coastal Commuter that appears in the Marina Times. He comes to us weekly. And until next Friday, Michael, bye-bye.
See you, Michael.
So long, everyone.